For 3 years, the world's two biggest superpowers have been semiconductor standoff. The US blocked the best chips from going to China. China blocked its companies from buying American hardware. There's a cold war fought silicon. But this week, the ice cracked. What happens? China's tech giants, Alibaba, ByteDance, and Tencent, realize they simply cannot build the future of AI without a specific piece of American glass. What if the DA just lets those chips back into China? Comes with a catch. A buy local mandate forces companies to sell homegrown chips alongside the Nvidia ones just to keep the peace. And what if the most important diplomat in the U.S. China relationship right now isn't a politician, but a CEO in a leather jacket named Jensen Huang? Welcome to Business Insights Daily. I'm your host, Zishank. Today, we're talking about law in the tech war. China may soon sign off on imports of key American artificial intelligence tech. Local officials have reportedly told top firms, including Alibaba, Tencent, and ByteDance, that they can prepare orders for Nvidia's H200 chips. This is significant. H200 isn't Nvidia's absolute newest chips. The Blackwell series is faster, but it's a workhorse. It's vastly superior to the crippled H20 chips that Nvidia was previously allowed to sell in China. For Chinese tech giants, this is a lifeline. They've been struggling to train massive AI models on inferior hardware. Getting access to H200s means they can stay in the global AI race. The catch. But Beijing isn't just opening the door, they're putting a toll booth on. One catch. The companies will likely also have to buy a certain amount of Chinese-made chips. The reports suggest quid pro quo. You can buy Nvidia, but you also have to buy Huawei or Cambricon. This is a classic industry policy. China knows it needs Nvidia right now, but it doesn't want to be dependent on Nvidia forever. By forcing Alibaba and ByteDance to buy local chips, they're subsidizing their own domestic semiconductor industry. They're creating a guaranteed demand for Huawei to iterate, improve, and eventually compete. It's a pragmatic compromise. Feed the AI giants today with Nvidia, would feed the domestic chip makers for tomorrow. And right in the middle of this high-stakes poker game is Jensen Huang, Nvidia's CEO. Reports say Huang will reportedly travel to China in the coming days, visiting offices in Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen right before the Lunar New Year. This trip is crucial. Nvidia's revenue from China used to be massive, over 20% of its data center business, that collapsed under the new U.S. sanctions. Huang isn't just going to wave at employees, he's there to secure the bag. He needs to make sure that these H200 orders actually go through. He needs to navigate the political minefield where one wrong move could anger Washington or Beijing. It's a reminder that the CEO of a modern tech giant has to be part visionary, part supply chain expert, and part Secretary of State. Interestingly, this isn't just China changing its mind. The US side moved first. Earlier this month, the US Commerce Department changed its review policy for H200 exports from presumption of denial to case-by-case review. This subtle bureaucratic shift effectively opened the door. It suggests that American government realized that completely cutting off China might backfire. It might just force them in a bit faster. Allowing the H200, which is powerful but not the most powerful, keeps American companies in the Chinese market while still withholding the cutting-edge Blackwell chips. It's calibration. From a business strategy lens, Nvidia is playing a masterful game with flexible compliance. While the US banned the A100 chip, Nvidia built the A800. When the US banned the H100, Nvidia built the H20. Now they are navigating the return of the H200. Jensen Huang has built a company that is incredibly agile. They don't just accept regulations, they engineer around them. They find the exact line of what is legal or practical, they stand right on it. So, keep an eye on Jensen Huang's travel itinerary. If he leaves China with a smile and a few $1 billion orders from Alibaba, it meant that the AI trade war just entered a new, more complicated phase. A phase where trade happens, but only with strings attached. This has been Business Insights Daily. I'm your host, Sashank, and I'll see you next time.